students, welcome back to Civil Engineering Mastery. Today we are going to discuss about what are all the structural terms used in beams. Beam is the horizontal structural member and its primary function is to provide support to the slab. And also it takes the load from the slab and transfer the load to the column. The first one is the flexural strength. Generally, we know that beams are flexural members. When the load is applied on the beam, it bends like this. So, we design the beam primarily for bending moment. Flexural strength is the bending strength to resist the deformation under bending moment. Next one is shear strength. It is the ability of material to resist shear force. Apart from bending moment, shear force is another important term in beams. Since we are providing stirrups in beams, we need to design the beams for shear force as well. So it is very important to know about what is shear force. It is the force that tend to make a sliding failure. In simple words, we can say that it is the force that tend to make slide one surface against another surface instead of pulling or pushing the surface. For example, consider a beam. When the load is applied on the beam, what happens? The beam tend to slice off like this. So this is the shearing action under the application of load. So the force which is responsible for this shearing action, we call it as a shear force. Let's look into the other practical examples for shear force. Cutting the paper with scissors is a kind of shearing action. And one more is cutting the bread loaf into slices. Here we are applying the force to cut off the bread loaf into slices. And one more is during an earthquake, what happens? The whole surface is slide against one another and shifting the position. So this is a kind of shearing action. So this whole surface is sliding against one another and the position is changed here. Till now we have discussed about shear force. Now let's see how we are providing resistance to the shear force. In beams, shear reinforcements are provided in the form of stirrups to resist the shear force. Look at in this picture. Here is the stirrup which is holding the longitudinal bars as well as this is also acting as a resistance to shear force. Shear force will be maximum at supports. So we have to provide more shear reinforcement near the support and less reinforcement in the midspan of the beam. So look into this. These are all the stirrups which are provided. So there are different types of stirrups are available. 2-leg stirrups, 4-leg stirrups, and according to the design and requirement, we need to provide the stirrups in beams. Next one is torsion. When the load is applied on the beam, we get bending moment and shear force. In addition to the bending moment and shear force, we get torsional moment when the load is acting away from the plane of bending. So when we design the beam, we have to consider this twisting moment as well along with the shear force and bending moment. Next one is singly reinforced beam. As we all know that in beam, whatever the compressive stress developed at the top is carried by the concrete and whatever the tensile stress developed at bottom is carried by the reinforcement. In singly reinforced beam, the main reinforcement is provided only in the tension zone. Next one is doubly reinforced beam. As the name indicates, we have to provide the reinforcement on both top and bottom of the beam. So this type of beams are required where the headroom consideration or architectural requirement or the depth of beam is restricted. So in those cases, we have to provide the doubly reinforced beam. The beam with its limited depth, if reinforced on only in tension zone, may not have enough moment of resistance to resist the bending moment. So what we have to do, we have to increase the moment carrying capacity of the beam. So if we increase the quantity of steel only in tension zone as like singly reinforced beam. If we don't provide the reinforcement in compression zone, then the moment carrying capacity of the beam cannot be increased. So in order to increase the moment carrying capacity, we have to provide the reinforcement in both tension zone as well as the compression zone.